Welcome back, 6th grade virtual learners, and this is another lesson of Too Good for Drugs. Now, last week we talked about emotions, and another word for emotions is feelings. Now, today we are going to learn how to develop and improve our communication skills. Now, we communicate every day. We talk to our families and friends, and we listen when they talk to us, most of the time. Now, there are two roles in conversations. There is the speaker and at least one listener sharing information. Now, let's talk about the roles of a speaker and a listener in the communication process. Now, the speaker's goal is to share information, and the listener's goal is to receive and understand the message. Now, I'm sure you heard someone say, it's not what you say, but how you say it. And that means, you be aware of your body language, speak clearly, and mean what you say. Now, let's talk about the three different types of communication styles. First, we have passive. A passive speaker is someone who's quiet, shy, timid, and kind of lacking confidence. Now, aggressive speaker is kind of mean, loud, bossy, and not caring about the speaker's feelings, or the listener's feelings. And then finally, you would describe a assertive speaker, and that is someone who's confident in the voice, the body posture, makes eye contact with the speaker, and they speak in a way that let others know that they mean what they say. So I want you to open your workbook to page 8 in the section titled, What I'm Really Thinking, and read each statement and decide if something is passive, aggressive, or assertive, and would say to themselves. And I want you to write down your answers in the space provided, right up each sentence. And we'll do the first two together. Now, the first one says, people don't care what I say. Is that something passive, aggressive, or assertive speaker would think? And answer number 1 is passive. Now, number 2, it says, I am loud, bossy, and I will get my way. And number 2 is aggressive. Now, you all do 3 through 10 and try to figure out if what they're saying is passive, aggressive, or assertive. Now, look at the next section in your workbook titled How to Say It. And we are going to solve 3 word puzzles to reveal how to communicate assertively. So let's look at puzzle number 1. Now, the first puzzle, as you can see in the first puzzle in the cipher, it says stand, right? So it looks like expanding. So number 1 is stand tall. Now, what I mean by stand tall, I don't mean stand on your toes when you're communicating. It just means to stand up straight, hold your head high, show that you are sure of yourself. Now, number 2 is look them in the eye. And does that mean stare at them while you're speaking? No, it means to look them in the eye and make sure that they understand that they're looking at you and they're understanding that you are paying them attention, all right? And number 3 is speak up. Now, that doesn't mean yell, but it just means to talk in a firm type of tone so everybody understands you and they can hear you. Now, I want you to turn to page 9 in your workbook in the section titled Assert Yourself. And these situations require assertive communication to be resolved. You will read each one together, and we will write down what you would say and how you would say it assertively. And remember, try to write your responses assertively. Some of these will be hard to write assertively, but try your best to write them down assertively. All right? So number 1, you overcommit yourself when you join the drama club, the chess club, and the swim team. You feel stressed, and your grades have dropped because you're struggling to manage your time. You've never quit anything before, but you have to tell your swim coach that you cannot be on the swim team this season. You know you will be disappointed. So what do you say, and how do you say it? Number 2, you've been assigned to collaborate on a science project with a classmate, but she hasn't worked on it at all. You're frustrated because you need a good grade in this class. There's less than 1 week left, and the project is only half complete. You decide to talk to her after class. What do you say, and how do you say it assertively? 3, your sister asks you to borrow your new jacket. You tell her to be careful and not to spill it on anything. because you are going to wear it to the football game tomorrow. The next morning, you find the jacket hanging in your closet, but when you put it on and look in the mirror, you notice a huge mustard stain. You're upset because there's no way you can wear it. You decide to talk to your sister. How do you say it? Assertively, and what do you say? Last but not least, number 4, you're excited because your friend invited you to a sold-out concert. You cancel your Friday night plans and brag to everyone that you are going. 2 hours before the concert, your friend texts that person he originally bought the tickets for and decided to go after all. You've been waiting for this concert all week. You decide to call your friend to share your disappointment. So what do you say? And how do you say it assertively? Now, I want you to look at the bottom of page 9 where it says, say what? And each person is saying nice shoes. But by the looks of their face, it might not be a compliment. So look at each facial expression and predict a person's tone of voice. Is it sarcastic, sincere, or disgusted? So let's look at expressions number 1. And expression number 1 is sarcastic. Now let's look at expression number 2. Expression number 2 is disgusted. And on expression number 3, that is sincere. Now, how many of you all have a good friend who listens carefully when you speak? Now, listening demonstrates care and respect for the person speaking and is a central part of a long-lasting friendship. So next week, we'll put our assertive communication skills to work to help us build healthy friendships and avoid situations that can get us into trouble.